That's why I said Jeff works for my jiu-jitsu and my wrestling.
Oh, he does. That's all he does. Got it. My mistake.
See, that's what makes him different.
I didn't realize that.
Ray Roach just focused on that boxing stuff.
Yeah. Why mess with that kind of stuff? Oh, very cool.
Hey, what was wrong with Jeff? I know we talked a lot about it yesterday, but I know what happened.
Thank you. I think it's actually hard to say. Like, I've had like mixed results from like having a mild heart attack to I just know he's back in the gym. He was back on the gym on Monday, so that's the only good thing.
But he missed. I mean, he wasn't there at all after the 2 weeks then.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks, and then he was in the hospital for like a couple weeks, and then he finally just got back on his feet.
That was scary when he was putting on his Facebook page. You were reading that? Oh,
yeah. So check that out.
I think he's as big as John Dodson now.
I'm not sure he'd take that as a compliment.
Did you have other stuff?
No, go ahead.
I don't want to step on you.
No, I'm good.
You want to go?
Go ahead.
I'm good.
Okay, you're done?
You want us to leave?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
You're finished? How do you kind of analyze where you are in your career right now? I mean, obviously you were looking at being, maybe a free agent, now you're back in the UFC, but where do you think you are and where do you think your career is right now?
I don't know. I got 4 years left with the UFC, so I think it's just the beginning.
Is it a new beginning or just the beginning?
New beginning. Ultimate Fighter's not really a beginning.
Sure.
That's a start.
So it's maybe a different beginning.
That was a start. This is a beginning.
Better than an end.
Better than an end.
Well, how will this start be different than the last start for you then? If it is.
Hopefully it's the same. Throw 2 jabs and a right hand and then walk off. So hopefully it's the same.
Okay. Makes sense.
It started off great.
How close did you ever come to signing elsewhere, if at all?
You know what? Never came close to signing elsewhere anywhere because I was never a free agent. So
even when your last fight ended,
Yeah, I was never a free agent. Okay. That's not how the contracts work.
Oh.
Only I think it doesn't work that way.
Okay. So how does it work?
It works like I think how do they do with Bellator? They keep you under wrap.
The matching clause.
The magic clause, keep you wrapped up. You got exclusive period. All that stuff. That's what So I think the UFC is very similar to the Bellator stuff, but we're talking about Bellator.
So now you have a UFC executive criticizing Bellator for their matching rights. So is the UFC?
It's the same. They're identically
So
the
are they
same.
hypocritical then?
Are they hypocritical? I don't know. Is boxing the same way? I'm trying to think of how they I don't know if it's hypocritical. I don't even know what that word means. I'm just a poor.
They don't teach you at Cimarron High School.
I'm a poor guy.
Goes on at Cimarron High School.
There was a lot of talk before the last fight that you could potentially be a free agent, though. I mean, were you excited about that opportunity to maybe do that, or was it always if the UFC offers something, I'm taking it?
No, I knew the UFC was going to offer something. It's always good to when you have when you actually can put 2 things side by side and go, okay, that's cheese pizza, that's pepperoni. Which one do I like more? Like, it's always good to put stuff side to side. When you go, that's cheese pizza, that's the best cheese pizza you ever have. You should eat that cheese pizza. And you go, let me have a bite. And then once you already had a little bite, then you're like, okay, it's not so bad.
Well, if the last fight would have gone differently, you probably could have got a lot of toppings on the pizza. Let's say. Do you think of it that way?
No, I think who I am and what I already bring to the table is pretty much, I think my value and my worth's already been established.
Okay. So you don't think that changed anything at all? That it could have been, potentially a huge free agent,
No, because remember, there's no free agent.
If you could have waited out the negotiating period and become a free agent.
No, because it's not the UFC and the other if Strikeforce was back how it was, that would be a real free agent. Like Bellator and UFC is not they're still evolving. I think probably in another year it'd definitely be competitive.
Okay. So bottom line then, you don't think it would have changed anything had you gone out and knocked him out in the first round and your contract is up, it doesn't change anything for you?
No. Okay. I don't think so.
You say in another year they'll be competitive. Competitive from talent or competitive financially?
Both. I think a lot of. I think it's kind of like how Strikeforce, when they first came to the scene, nobody thought they were, but then all of a sudden, all the talent, I mean, you got Gilbert, you got guys that came from other organizations to Strikeforce that made a big jump, and I think there's guys that are over in Bellator. There's some top level guys that would come over here and smash the crap out of people.
Like Ben Askren?
Ben Askren, I think he'd do okay. I don't think he'd be the top guy, just because over here we punch.
They don't punch back.
How much serious was there when you said yesterday that this was the worst training camp I've ever had?
No, it's probably the worst training camp. So that's 100% serious.
Do you feel like you're unprepared for the fight, relatively?
No, I've been in the fight business for forever. So you're not unprepared. It's like going to the office and going, "Hey, what do I do today? Oh, what did I do yesterday?" It's the same thing. You just go out there and fight.
You mentioned the loss of weight because you have had a bad training camp and you just didn't feel like eating. But a lot of fans are excited to see you look as fit as you are. Is this something you think you'll continue? Perhaps, you will see a better.
I hope not. I hope people in my training camp actually get healthy and I won't be depressed. No, so I'm not wishing any bad stuff on any of my friends.
No.
Maybe you will.
Not your camp.
Maybe you should wish Daniel.
Not your camp. I'm talking about just as far as maybe coming into a fight a little more fit and maybe not eating as much as you did in the past.
I don't know. I think coming in fit and stuff like that. I think that's part of my job. I don't know. There's not a set, I think, for like reporters, except they have to go to college for it and stuff like that to make it official. But you can just pick up a camera and do a blog. It's all good.
Well, I mean, you've always had amazing potential, and just people are wondering, hey, what are we going to see on Saturday night? Because now, yesterday you did look like you're in great shape, and that's all I'm getting at.
You know what? I'm hoping to live up to that amazing potential.
Fair enough.
Have you ever had a fight where somebody wasn't asking you, are you in better shape, are you fit? I mean, have you ever had one in your career where that was covered by media that you didn't have to answer that question?
You know what? I thought there was always a yellow bus that came, like a little short bus, and all the reporters came off that bus. So that's where I always thought, I'm like, where's their helmets? Where's, because they're very, what's the politically correct word?
No, don't use politically correct. Just answer the
question. Special needs. Most reporters are special needs because they don't